Hey there guys, welcome to the state of the game for World of Warcraft Legion as of November of 2016. This video was recorded a week after, or not actually a week, but 2 or 3 days after BlizzCon and a week and a half from the launch of patch 7.1 Return to Karazhan. So, and my question is, how is Legion faring so far? While not looking at the subscriber numbers for once, and that's actually that's actually true. We don't have a concrete number for the subscriber number. Last I heard, there was speculated to be around 10 million, but such a thing was never confirmed, I believe. So to address this question of how is Legion doing so far, I have divided the subject in 4 topics that we will discuss in depth following this point. So we have storylines, which are the Broken Isles quests, the quests you do in the zones, and class quests, which represent content that you can do only once per character. We have world quests and soul content, which provide your replayability to the game without having to coordinate some group or with guilds or pugs, probably with pugs, but at any given time without that specific schedule to raid or to advance further on your Mythic Plus dungeons. Then we have challenging content, which are Mythic Plus dungeons and Mythic raids, which are the only case, I believe, besides rated battlegrounds that, or even rated arenas, of course, that require you to have a schedule to gather your friends around or your guildmates around and go on with either raiding, either mythic raiding, mythic plus dungeoning, or rated battlegrounds. And then we have PvP, the general state of the PvP as battlegrounds, arenas, and world PvP as well. So let's address the first one. Alright, so let's start with storylines, the quests you do only once. To me, Legion has surpassed the quality we've seen in Pandaria, mostly with the legendary quest chain, and the overall zone experience we saw in Draenor. In Legion, we're given a purpose to seek in each of the zones. While our main focus is to recover the Pillars of Creation to close the Burning Legion's portal, we may also pursue other secondary quests, like the Mora quests in High Mountain, the Shipwreck quests in Azuna, along with Fellboy's Ingrats, and so many more. And another thing to these secondary quests is that they don't have any breadcrumb quests like before. No, not at all. You must find them yourself. This functions very well because they don't stand in the way of completing the zone, and if you're not really into doing all those quests in your main, or if you're just leveling up and out, you can just skip those less interesting and less relevant quests and continue on to the next Pillar of Creation. And let's not forget about Suramar, shall we? Suramar is the best zone with the greatest storyline currently inside World of Warcraft. Period. There's no argument there. It's just on another level of quality compared to anything else, even legendary quests. I mean, even Shadowmourne or I don't know, Terek Goza, the Fangs of the Father, Suramar just beats it all, and much of it of the improvements in the quests is because they are now, most of them are voiced over, and even on your order halls. The questing experience in Legion was kicked up a notch on that aspect, and regarding Suramar, it's 5 stars, 5 out of 5, no argument. It is, I don't know, you just can't find something similar to Suramar anywhere else in the world. It is a greatness of its own. Kudos to Blizzard for Suramar and the questline, the Withering, the Insurrection, the Rebels, I mean, the Burning Legion working up behind the Dusk Watch, Elisande, I mean, just awesome. Now on to the second part. class quests. Your Hoarder Hall, artifacts, and class-specific quests were everything we needed to add that little bit of flavor that was lacking for so long. A storyline specific to each class, a secret and lore-relevant place tied to them was everything that Blizzard needed to do to make me want to play all the classes until I beat their campaign. There's iconic characters, known and unknown weapons, a progression in the story of each of the orders that represent the current class we can play in the game. It's just beyond awesome, and all of them end up in adding something to the current plot of the invasion of the Burning Legion. So far, to me, Legion has a strong and interesting arcs of stories that I can't wait to see how all of these class orders will converge onto the Broken Shore in the patch 7.2. There's still place for the honorable mentions of profession quests that are highly welcome in my perspective. For now, I've been doing some jewel crafting and engineering quests, and they're quite funny, to be honest. Although I am still not sure how the heck am I supposed to level them up, but I still haven't bothered myself to look it up in the web, so that's on me, right? World quests and solo content represent what you can replay alone within the game. World quests were definitely a welcome change from daily quests. First of all, you don't have to get the quests, neither you have to deliver them. Those two little facts combined make for a huge bonus to save time right there. With world quests, we simply go to the designated area of the map and we clear the listed objectives. Simple enough. By seeing the rewards that they will give us, we can plan what world quests we're going to do without needing to do them all. On top of that, there are weekly world quests, much akin to the world bosses in Pandaria and Draenor, but this time with much more variety, as well as rare quests that provide small upgrades no matter what item level you are, so world quests continue to be relevant despite your item level. To finish this part, I must also mention the Emissary quests, which are a set of 4 world quests related to one of the factions in the Broken Isles. Once you complete 4 world quests of the faction for the Emissary, you can return to the respective Emissary and be rewarded with a massive boost to the faction's reputation and a chest containing a lot of goodies and even a chance at a legendary like it happened with me. I got the ring, the Shard of the Exodar, that's cool for a mage. And this chest, however, once you pass the 840 eye level mark, the armor that it awards you stops being relevant, sadly. Perhaps we will see a change on that later. So, just FYI, I consider solo content the content that I've been able to do so far without a guild group, or how do I put it, to schedule it within, you see, hey guys, remember 9 PM, please be online, let's try to do this, study that, and study the tactics, bring pods, no, none of that crap. I just log in, let's see, I have some free time now, let's see if I can get a group to do, I don't know, Emerald Nightmare in normal, or some Mythic plus, I don't know, Mythic plus 3 or 5, you see? So this is because I was able to get a group when I wanted to, and I was able to complete the content without much dismay. So for solo content, I've been able to do Emerald Nightmare in normal difficulty with 0 wipes, which actually I was surprised, you see, and the people that came, we were like 14 or something, they were all pretty good. There was no drama, no stress, we were just chilling, killing the bosses in the trash, and that's it. You see, no drama, it went so smooth. And as well, I was able to do some Mythic Plus dungeons. So the maximum I got to was +7, and we didn't have much trouble reaching that one actually. So far, this is the most accessible expansion where I managed to clear content with bugs with little to no trouble at all. Although I'm only raiding to clear the artifact quests, where you get a hidden appearance, I'm actually interested to give it a try at direct difficulty now, probably just a couple weeks later when I get better gear, and to see how I fare in it. Well, and of course there's always stuff to do if you're into transmog or mount runs from, I don't know, probably you will need a friend or two to clear Mists of Pandaria Mythic, but past Pandaria and until Pandaria, you can probably create it all. Then, of course, there's also battle pets and achievement hunting to do as solo content. Alright, let's talk about PvP. I've always liked PvP, but in the long term I always end up getting mad at it. Perhaps I simply suck at PvP as a mage, or perhaps I suck at the game generally when it comes to it. At this point I have unlocked every honor talent as a fire mage, and sometimes while doing world PvP I just get ruffle stomped so bad that I simply can't understand what happened. Getting nuked from 2 million HP to 0 in a couple of seconds just goes beyond my comprehension, like I've seen with some Retribution Paladins or Havoc Demon Hunters. But then again, I don't think mage is a class for me. I believe that you need a lot more of skill to play as a caster in PvP than a melee, and a lot of people can probably agree with that. That fact is proved by how far better I can play my Frost Death Knight than my mage. Yeah, and it's not quite that hard, I mean. So perhaps when I get my Demon Hunter to 110, I'll be able to understand how they function, and eventually I'll turn it into my vengeance tune against the baddies who ganked my mage previously. So, for battlegrounds and arenas, I still haven't played many arenas, but the feeling is pretty much the same as before when in the other expansions. Some flavor of the month here and there, but they're pretty much the same. Having trinkets and PvP set bonuses removed was a great thing. There's already too much to worry about, such as talents, honor talents and artifact traits. I'm not very experienced in PvP, but I believe the general gameplay remains the same, with less trouble about the trinkets and the sets. Although there's a plus now. You can level up with honor and be rewarded with gold and artifact power as well. And there's even world quests that reward you honor upgrades, not honor upgrades, honor points, alongside other resources, artifact power and gold, or even gear, thus encouraging you to PvP around the Broken Isles a little more. Alright, so last but not least we have challenging content. So now instead of having only Mythic raiding, proving a way to gear up your characters, you also have Mythic Plus, which provides better gear the more you progress through them until a max of plus 15. The more you go further, the more health and damage the trash will do to you, but they will earn abilities that happen when they die or when they're grouped together. In my opinion, Mythic Plus is a much better mode than challenge modes that we've seen in the past in Mists of Pandaria and Draenor, which simply had you studying the dungeon to complete it under the time limit, while now not only do you have the time limit, but you have better gear and better challenges as well, so the challenge in itself is always changing. And on top of that we have Mythic Raiding, which is the hardest difficulty that a raider can participate. So challenging content is something that you need to be in synchrony with your raid members, and it doesn't derive that much from the previous expansions. And I just want to leave a shout out for the quests that are coming in the patch 7.2, which will be similar to the Felfire quest for the Warlock in Mists of Pandaria in terms of difficulty, and that shit was hard. And they will also award the classes with final hidden appearances of the artifacts and probably class specific mounts as well, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm kinda glad that they showed the plans that they have for patch 7.2 like a week before launching 7.1, so that was very cool of Blizzard to deliver, and that's it for the challenging content. Alright, then we're done with the state of the game for Legion, World of Warcraft's latest expansion, and I believe that so far is so good. The expansion is topping up every expectation I had. I mean, I forgotten about Draenor right away, right after I set my feet in Dalaran to get the artifacts. And I'm looking forward to what happens next, and there's always, we are, through the story, we are already seeing where Legion will lead us next. So I hope you're enjoying the video, the game, also the video as well. And if you have something in contrary to what I've said, or if you want to comment something about it, feel free to comment below and I'll answer back. So well, that's it for the video. I have not much more to say. I hope you enjoy all the other videos I've been posting so far, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.